a Nacho Radio podcast.
Hey, I'm Dave Heller, the owner of the Quad Cities River Bandits, and I want to invite you to Modern Woodman Park, where every Wednesday is a winning Wednesday, featuring mega giveaways, where we give away something big every single inning. Blu-ray DVD players, flat-screen TVs, mini fridges, jewelry, and so much more. Dave and Darren don't actually give away anything, but they do give of themselves. And isn't that the greatest gift of all? No, it's not. Winning Wednesdays are so much greater. Enjoy today's Smokin' Hot Top 5 Things podcast. It's a great time.
Welcome to it, everybody. This is episode number 609. Can you believe it? 609. Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things. Our next show will be on Saturday.
At noon.
Noon will be at Uncle Norm's Fireworks.
The Davenport location, which is now open.
I saw that. I saw the bulletin on the Facebook yesterday. They're up and running. They got everything ready to go. That's the best news I've heard all week.
So 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. for now, and I'm guessing that they'll start expanding their hours as we get closer to the 4th.
Now, I wish I had more information because I don't quite have everything figured out. But next week, the show will be presented at a different time. I think we're aiming for...
We're looking like it's 7:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do a show until Tuesday next week.
Okay.
There's some changes going on for...
to our bodies.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand.
Why am I growing hair on my ears? What is the point of that?
What is this look that I have now?
What is going on?
What's with the eyebrows?
That's the thing too.
Why is this going completely out of control?
What is the
at
genetic
this point?
advantage to older people having eyebrows grow crazy? Do you ever get one hair that just grows like a nut?
Yeah, I try to stay on top of it, but I think it's almost impossible at this point.
Well, it's a losing battle. There's no question about it. I guess I can talk about this a little bit here. I can give as much information as I can. I will be taking on a new career.
Okay.
Yet another new career for me.
Streetwalker.
Family would starve.
Streetwalker. He's got but he does have a sandwich board.
Yes. As awesome as selling beer for the Kelowna Brewing Company has been, and it has been, and it's great beer, and I will continue to be a passionate advocate for it. I got an opportunity to do something here in town that will require a lot less travel, and it's in a field that I'm already kind of, familiar with. So
just tell us what time the podcast is.
I just don't know. That's the thing. We'll get things figured out as soon as we do. We'll let you know. But I don't know. I don't know the answer to that right now. But it'll be 7 o'clock. The 7 o'clock hour, I think, is when we'll be starting this.
Yes, I would think so.
Yeah, but when we know more, you'll know more.
So that we can both continue to do our thing.
Yes. We will both continue to do, as Darren so aptly puts it, our thing.
Speaking of our thing.
Yeah.
We do have another ball game tonight, and they're trying to put me out of business.
How is that?
Well, they got this big giant hat giveaway tonight.
So you get mad when they're giving away hats because it's like, why would they?
Well, it wouldn't matter to me if it was like a crappy old hat. But the hat they're giving away tonight is like a nice, legitimate hat. And it's like, what are you doing to me?
Well, that doesn't seem fair. Why would they do that?
I'm a haberdasher. Don't you know? Why don't you give away free Ferris wheel rides or something?
That's not happening.
That's not an actual tangible thing, right?
Yeah.
You can give away as many Ferris wheel rides as you want.
Sure.
And who gets hurt?
Nobody. But
when you start giving away hats.
No, that ain't right. Darren, it ain't right. Can't have this.
That's tonight, because tonight is Modern Woodman night.
Oh, that's
to my understanding.
Yeah.
They have purchased all the tickets.
Yeah, right.
So that you would have to get a ticket through them somehow.
Yeah. No, they have a couple of those a year.
They do a couple of those a year, yes.
News broke this weekend. I was listening to the Beatles channel there on the satellite
still
radio.
Free?
I don't think it's free anymore.
Oh, you pay for it.
Did you ever
No,
tune
I
into
didn't
it?
listen to it, but I bet I've heard the songs. And there is something called Beatles Radio anyway. It's an internet radio station that I've listened to for years.
Well, this has got
with
the
your
official
with your
seal.
with your host, Dr. Roberts.
Ah, wonderful.
Keep your official seal, Beatles.
The thing about this Beatles channel is, I mean, it's fine to have on, but after about 3 or 4 songs, it's like, okay, that's enough Beatles.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it just is. I
don't know about that.
I'm just telling you. It's just like, well, they have all these really cool little features, and one of them is they have celebrities. I guess Ringo and Paul asked Eddie Vedder from the Pearl Jam to be a DJ on the channel.
Is that because they knew? Is that because they knew he had a good story?
Well, he's got lots of great stories. I was listening to it this weekend, and actually, very thoughtful stories about different songs, and he's great. I mean, he introduces a song and tells you something personal or something historic, but then he shared a story about the time Paul McCartney punched him in the face.
Finally.
Have you heard this story?
Well, I read it.
It was at a hotel bar somewhere in Seattle.
Of course it was.
And McCartney was talking about the time he knocked somebody out and was telling the story. Well,
He knocked somebody out or he punched somebody?
let me have Eddie Vedder tell you the story. This audio courtesy of Sirius
Fortunate
XM.
enough to be with Paul McCartney in a corner of a Seattle hotel bar and talking story. He kind of was illustrating how he hit this guy, and when he did that, he shot out his left arm as if he was hitting this guy, and I was standing there and I got hit. He hit me. He didn't quite pull back the punch, you see. So the story kept on, and it was a great, incredible personal story. I caught the end of it, but as I was listening, I was thinking, Paul McCartney just hit me in the face, and it hurt. And I think I remember tasting a bit of blood. He got me right on the side of and he apologized quickly so it wouldn't get in the way of the story. And again, fascinating story. A great time in my life, actually, to be hit by Paul McCartney. And I remember it hurt for a few days, and I remember when it went away,
Jesus,
when the pain finally subsided and the swelling went down, I kind of missed it.
God, how hard did he hit you? It hurt for a couple days?
Does Paul McCartney have the most powerful right hand in music history?
Straight left jab.
I imagine all that strumming of the guitar would make you pretty powerful.
Was probably constantly punching Ringo.
Oh, punched you in the... Oh, Ringo, you brought us to sing one of your songs. I don't think that's going to happen.
Or tired of you, John.
Oh, my gosh, that's crazy. So getting punched in the face by Paul McCartney would be pretty cool.
I could do without.
You know, I wonder if this punch happened because Paul didn't see him standing there. Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, I'm just... Aren't I the worst? Would you let Paul McCartney punch you in the face, Darren?
For how much?
You'd let him do it for free, and you know you would. If Paul McCartney was like, "Oh, Darren, I'm going to punch you in the face," you'd be like, "Yes, Paul!
Do I get
all of it?"
Do I get to kick you in the nuts?
That's not the deal. You wouldn't ask Paul McCartney if you could kick him in the nuts. You would just take the punching. Yeah, you would. Oh, Darren, I'll sit.
I don't know if I want to get punched in the face where it hurts for 2 days.
No, but that every time it hurts, it's like Paul McCartney.
Ever been punched in the face?
Many times.
Did it hurt for 2 days?
Oh, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, you probably deserved it.
They get you like in the mouth.
You probably deserved it.
They get you in the mouth, and then it's like you got like a cut in your mouth, and then that's all you can think about. You're just constantly going over to where the cut in your mouth is.
Why'd you get punched in the face?
Last time I got punched in the face, it was because
was it a Comedy Sports?
No.
Was it like was it a member of the crowd? It's like I've had enough of this.
No, it was the last time I got punched in the face over 20 years ago. This guy, I was at a buddy's house, and this guy who just got out of prison.
You're hanging out with a guy who just got out of prison?
Oh, you're not listening to the story. So I was at my buddy's house. Across the street from them was a guy. There was this old man
who got out of prison.
Who they didn't get along with the old man at all. The guy, my buddies, they were always going back and forth. And the son had just gotten out of prison. He was staying at the old man's house.
Not jail, prison.
Right. So I went over to my buddy's house. We were going to go to like Dairy Queen or some nonsense.
Sounds
and as we're
innocent
getting in the
enough.
car, this convict comes storming out of the house. He goes, "Oh, you guys are getting my dad's shit!" And he just cracked me right in the face. I'm like, first off,
I wasn't the one doing
I don't live in this house. Second off,
What did he say to
I'm a
that?
bit-
What
like,
did he say
I'm
to
a-
that?
huh?
What did he say to that when you offered up that?
He punched me and then he just ran away. Like I didn't really have a chance to have a discourse with him. It was out of nowhere. I got sucker punched out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell's that even about? And my buddy's like, yeah, we are kind of dicks to his dad.
But I'm glad you took the punch.
Why didn't he punch you then? Well, he doesn't know because he just got out of prison.
Well,
Thinking I should
he's still trying to readjust
Right.
to society.
Right. And I had thoughts of going over there and telling this guy, hey, what's your PO's number? Because I'd like to give him a call about how you assaulted me. Maybe you go back to the big house.
And by the way, I'll let all of this. I'll forget all about this if you go punch the guys that are actually the ones causing the trouble.
Those are the ones who are mean
They're
to your
the
dad.
ones. They're on the poach if you want them. if you'd like to do that.
I got some wasp spray, although none of them are wasps.
I don't know. If you
But
start
still.
punching
Come on,
people-
kids, grow up.
Exactly. You punch people as soon. What was that from? I mean, I know the drop.
It was a news story, right?
I know it's a news story, but do you remember what news
What the
story
context
was?
was?
Yeah.
Why
Does
she was-
anybody remember that? As to who needed to grow up?
Was it like she was unhappy with kids?
I don't think they were kids even.
Right. No, they weren't kids. Oh, my gosh. You're right. What was the context of this woman's brilliant...
Come on, kids, grow up.
Right.
What was the context of that? It was a news story, but I don't know... That's one that I don't think went viral. I think it just went viral just with us. You
Yeah,
know?
because I don't know that the story was all that interesting.
No.
Just
but
the-
once we
just
had
the
her on,
drop.
we played that audio like 100 times.
Yeah.
That was
All right.
the...
I guess I really shouldn't be asking that sort of question. But I bet maybe a listener would know.
Yeah, if anyone remembers the specifics of that story...
Use the Harrington Pub text line.
Oh, why don't you tell us more about this text line?
470-23 Nacho. Harrington's Pub, Cumberland Square Drive in Bettendorf. As we inch our way closer to Thursday, and Thursdays are always big days at Harrington's Pub because that's when they have live music. See?
Yeah. Yeah, they got that patio. It's perfect for your summertime drinking needs.
Boy, almost halfway through June.
Isn't that crazy?
Can you imagine?
The most important day
I
of the
can.
year coming up this Sunday with Father's Day. I mean...
Yeah, see, this is another whammy that I take with Father's Day.
Because your parents' anniversary is...
Parents' anniversary and Paul McCartney's birthday. Where do I attend? Where do I go? It's my mom, dad.
Darren's not coming
Dad,
again. He's got
Dad.
Paul's birthday
I got Paul's birthday to celebrate.
Big one for
Sorry.
Paul. He's 75 this year.
75.
Isn't that crazy? When are you going to see him again?
It'll be in later July.
He's at Tinley Park, right?
He is. Your backyard. I can't believe he's playing your hometown and you're not going.
Well, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I let it
Maybe a
slip.
punch in the face.
I let it slip the other day that Michael McDonald's coming to town, and Jenny really wants to go to Michael McDonald, and I'd rather cut my feet off than see Michael McDonald.
Rhonda wanted to go, and I'm going.
You're going to Michael McDonald? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're better at this than I am. I feel like a jerk, but I can't.
Well, then just get her a ticket.
But you can't. I just don't want to go.
Get
by
her 2
myself.
tickets and let her go with somebody else.
Well, that's what I was saying. I said I'll get the tickets. Take a
Why
friend.
can't you do Michael McDonald? You always are doing Michael McDonald.
I
Love Michael McDonald.
I like to do the impression, but I can't stand his music. And like,
Then just go there and get drunk.
I'm starting a new job. I can't be going
No,
out.
that's true.
Like if it were.
Just use that. Did you use that as the excuse?
I said
it's like
I
I gotta be.
I gotta focus. I'm starting a brand new job
I gotta
next week.
I gotta be bushy tailed.
I
and
can't
everything.
be coming in hungover my third day at work.
Although they kind of expect it. I've already talked to them.
So for this new job, I've had to undergo background checks. And the other day,
Background check.
yeah,
Drug testing.
I had to go get drug tested. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy for the job that you're going to be doing.
That's it.
It's not like it's air traffic control.
Well, I was talking to a buddy of mine who is
Like, what?
a buddy of mine that conducts background searches for a living, and she was like, "So
Seems
is this?"
odd.
She was like, is this a federal job? I go, no, it is not. She's like, well, that's
kind of strange.
Very thorough.
Remember when they offered up the idea of drug testing at our old place? And people, well, not people.
One person. One person in particular.
One person in particular had a real problem with it.
This isn't happening.
That seems to be a bit of a red flag when you make that big a stink about it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not the best.
I just don't get it.
I'm looking here at my.
What will you be getting? Well, maybe that's what you'll get for Father's Day. That would be a double whammy. That would be great. Hey, Dad, happy Father's Day. It's a couple Michael McDonald tickets. What do you think of that? Boy, that seems like the sort of thing that Owen would do. Doesn't it seem like the sort of shot he would take?
I understand you don't like it.
I understand you're not a fan of this.
So I go the other day, and I had never done a drug test. I felt like a ball player. I felt like some sort of superstar going to have my urine examined.
Do they do it at the place of work?
No, you have to go to another place.
Really?
Yeah, they have places where that's all they do.
Where are those located?
The one I went to is just off Jersey Ridge.
Really?
Yeah, that's all they do is screen things all day long. So I'm wondering, as I go there, I'm like...
Was there anybody else in there that looked suspicious?
No,
they looked like this guy clearly has a bag of someone else's urine tied to his leg.
I was so excited because I thought, well, there's going to be some characters, at least in the waiting room.
Yeah.
No one in the waiting room.
Nobody. No, that's disappointing.
Then they take me behind the locked area. And
there's a locked area.
Oh yeah, it's very. I mean, it's this drug testing is something else. So then, the lady who was doing the screening just wanted to talk to me about how bad her back has been lately. I was like, okay.
Is that because you're on drugs?
I was thinking, like,
are you on drugs?
Do you think I have drugs for you? I don't understand. And then,
oh, my back hurts so bad I can't take pain medication for this job.
Then I'm wondering, are they like? Does she watch me whiz? Because you've read stories. Remember the Whizzinator, the guy that played for the Vikings, where he had a fake penis.
Can I ask you to watch me?
Someone else's urine.
Is there any chance that I could ask you to watch me go?
They have me empty out my pockets and put everything in a box on the door.
I would have shown up without. You could probably show up wearing whatever you wanted, right?
Yeah. Well, I was in the middle of working that day.
I'd just be
I basically went during my lunch for my current job, and yeah, you wear whatever.
They didn't take blood, did they?
No, they could have. Whatever. I had nothing to hide. I mean, and it turns out...
Boy, I sure do.
It turns out my urine is free from amphetamines, cocaine, marijuana, opiates, and something called... Phencyclidine, which I didn't realize. I had to go look that up. Like, what's phencyclidine?
You apparently are the only one that's not on an opioid
it's
in
me.
this country.
I know, like, I feel like I get an award.
You're the one guy that isn't bound up because of your opioid addiction.
Nope. I had to look up what this other one was. PCP. Are there still people taking
Angel dust?
I know.
Elephant tranquilizer?
I was on a They found a bunch of stuff.
I'm not on PCP. I just act like I am, which gets real annoying. Everyone's tired of the fact. It'd be one thing if you were actually on PCP.
No, this is just me. This is just me at regular speed.
Oh, brother.
Crack, smack, uppers, downers, outers, inners, horse tranquilizers, cow paralyzers, blue bombers, green goofers, yellow submarines, LSD Mach 3, and trace amounts of human urine.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's not right.
All right. Well, at least you're clean.
Yeah. And
so at least now, if something goes wrong,
okay.
If you
were to
underperform, they can't say, "Well, he's on drugs."
Well, then the background check. They have a thing where it's like, click here if you'd like a copy of your background check. I'm like, sure, for grins. Yeah. I got a boring life. Let's see how boring it is.
Are you? How long have you guys been following me?
So they do a 7-year criminal check to see if you've done anything criminal in the last 7 years.
Is there anything you forgot?
And no, I've never had any trouble with the law.
I did bury those bodies out there in the deserts.
Not to say I haven't done things I'm for which I am not ashamed,
but I was never been in trouble with the law. I was just helping out a buddy.
Yeah, right.
So did any at least parking violations or anything come up?
None. I'm boring.
Oh boy.
But this is where things get interesting. So they run the check based on where your address is. So in Scott County, Iowa, I have no offenses. Then there's a county in California that shows up. So I call him like, why are you running a background check for me in this county in California?
You know why.
I've never been to this part of the state. And they say to me, well, it's all because of the transactions. I say, what transactions? What the hell are you talking about? They go, this is all a matter of public record. I go, I have never been. It's like San Francisco. I've never been to San Francisco. I certainly don't own a property there. Like, it's all part of public record. I don't know what else to tell you.
You look it up.
Well,
you know what you did.
And so now I got to find out.
You know what you did.
I've never been. I've never been.
It's all that rice-a-roni.
Top 5 things.
The Top 5 Things is brought to you by Uncle Norm's Fireworks, and we do have good news. They are open at their Davenport location. So now they are open at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds. Gate 5 is where you're going to want to take. And, of course, they're still open, as they were, at the location which is just outside of Milan off of 67. And they're going to be open through July 8th. As Dave mentioned, we're going to be there for our very next podcast, and we'll be there at noon at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds. So hopefully you'll stop on by and load up on the fireworks. They are local, family-owned, and have been in business for over 13 years. 100% product guarantee. So if something fails, bring it back for a full product replacement. And they've doubled their inventory. That makes sense because they've got now 2 locations, which means a better selection than ever. You can check it out at their Facebook page or also online at UncleNormsFireworks.com. The owners have over 70 years of experience in the fireworks industry. If you're getting fireworks this year, why would you be going anywhere else? They have the best prices. They've got the best inventory. And they've got that product replacement guarantee. And again, they sell 200 to 500 gram cakes, firecrackers, artillery shells, rockets, novelties for the whole family, and much, much more. Both locations now open from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m., expanding hours as we get closer to the 4th. And we'll be there on Saturday at noon. Join us at Uncle Norm's Fireworks.
Number one.
Number one. Remember Demi Moore?
Yes.
Does it seem like she fell off the face of the earth?
Or did she just stop making movies?
Well, but
see, I think my favorite movie that she was in was that
One Crazy Summer?
Striptease.
That's not bad either. Demi Moore went on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and revealed that she's missing her 2 front teeth.
Huh.
And the reason she doesn't have her 2 front
She
teeth...
got punched in the face by Paul McCartney.
Oh, come over here.
Oh, come on over.
What's that movie where you're a Marine? We'll see how tough you are to me. Oh, gibbity boo. No, she says she sheared off her front teeth due to stress.
Sheared them off?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She says, it's because of,
You mean she gnawed them off?
she says, I'd love to say,
She ground them down?
like a rodent.
Yeah, so you know what? Some people just need to just keep it to yourself.
She says, I sheared off my front teeth. I'd love to say it was skateboarding or something really kind of cool, but I think it's something that's
You
important
mean like
to
falling
share
off a scooter?
because that was my thought. Demi Moore probably
Something cool like
Demi
falling
Moore-
off a scooter?
Demi Moore probably thinks I'm cool for losing my 2 front teeth.
What are you, like 6 feet tall now?
Owen's in the room now. Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. You get parents, do you ever find that this happens where, like, you'll drop your kid off somewhere, and then when you go to pick them up, you're like, Jesus, they grew an inch while, like, in the 3 hours.
Well, they're I remember when they were a little kid, and now it's like, how did you go from little kid to kid, like, within, like, the afternoon?
Yeah, he was up going off the diving board all day yesterday at Splash Landing, and then at the end, I'm like, what, did you hit the water just right, knock a vertebrae loose, and now you're taller? I don't get it.
What's he trying to do?
What happened? Why are you getting paper towels? That makes me nervous.
What did you make? What
there an
kind of
accident?
mess did you make?
Huh? Oh, okay. The cat puke.
I had a dog puke on me the other day.
Cat puke.
Right in my lap.
Was it due to stress? Was it a Demi Moore angle?
Maybe due to their stress. I didn't seem to be stressed out at the time.
She says, I'd love to say it was skateboarding or something really kind of cool, but it's something that's important to share because I think it's literally probably after heart disease one of the biggest killers in America, which is stress. Experts say stress can lead to teeth grinding, which can weaken teeth and cause plenty of other dental problems. So she was grinding her teeth because she was stressed and ended up losing her 2 front teeth.
That's not the best. I don't like hearing that.
I know.
Now, who's she with anymore? Because she's not with Bruce Willis.
No.
And then she's not with Ashton Kutcher. Is she on her own?
Maybe.
Is she out on her own?
I don't see
What was she promoting?
I don't see how that's possible.
Teeth grinding? She did the grinding. Too much.
Hello, Jimmy Fallon. I'm here
I
to...
do the grinding too much.
Yeah, no, Demi Moore, we want you to do the grinding, but not the
Not
real,
that
the
kind of
literal
grinding.
grinding.
The Dave and Darren Top 5 Things podcast is originating from the Capriati Sandwich Shop studio. Extraordinary food for those unwilling to settle. Deliveries available. Order online at order.capriatis.com. Of course, Capriati's gift cards are the perfect gift. Everybody loves Capriati's. By the way, Dad, that's what you're getting. Mention Nacho Radio. By the way, Mom, that's what you're also getting. Mention Nacho Radio and get a medium sub for the price of a small one at Capriati's on 53rd.
I don't see, I'm looking here, it doesn't look like she's got any bows. Doesn't look like she's been married 3 times, you know.
Well, not when she's constantly grinding her teeth. I can't be around you.
I think somebody died in her pool, and she's getting sued by the family. I could see how that could cause some stress.
Boy.
Yeah. And it wasn't a kid. It was like a grown man who died in her pool, but still.
Well, that's better.
Yeah, I know.
It's better.
It's infinitely better, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Demi Moore is some sort of rat lady. But rats, their teeth are always growing. Humans, not the same story. Two. All right, so a minor league baseball team has a promotion. You might want to bring this up at the next meeting.
Well, I always miss the meetings.
On purpose.
Well, no, not on purpose, but because I'm here.
Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Well, then you're welcome. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Yes.
For Thursday tomorrow.
Yes.
They're doing a promotion called You Might Be a Father promotion. They're giving away free pregnancy tests to all the guys at Thirsty Thursday. And then you have your wife or girlfriend take the test, and then you'll know if you should come back for the game on Father's Day.
Okay.
This is for Thirsty Thursday, by the way.
I like our promotions better. Wouldn't you rather have a free hat?
I would rather have a promotion that doesn't involve urine, human urine. Because that's just me.
How about a free hat instead, everybody? It's tonight at the ballpark.
And you want to bring people out to the ballpark for cheap beer and then have them find out if they're pregnant? Seems...
Well, that's the thing. If it's a Thirsty Thursday and then you're doing urine tests, that's a lot of urine.
Sure
That's
is,
more.
Chief.
That's typically more urine than you would need for
Sure
a test.
is. They tell me, she's like, try and fill it up to here. And she goes,
Oh, I'm going to blast
if
that.
if you make it over the line, don't dump it out. Because what people will do is they'll dump it out and they'll dump out too much. And I'm thinking, this is a head trip. Like, all day long, people come in here and pee, and you deal with it all day long. Isn't that crazy? What a job that would be. And her back's not good, and her allergies have been off the charts. She's had to get eye drops because her allergies are so bad this year. I got the full story.
Wow.
General Manager Harold Craw
That's our guy.
he's the general manager of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. I knew that you knew this guy, right?
We met him. We met him.
He was the guy that ran
The River Bandits.
the River Bandits for like a couple of weeks.
Yes, and I think he didn't like the snow or something. He
Yeah,
left.
he didn't. He was a Southern boy who
Yes.
wanted to return to the South.
It's like as soon as he got here.
Harold Craw says the idea was pitched as a tongue-in-cheek promotion for Thirsty Thursday, which tends to be young professionals and college students. The tests are only handed out to someone who wants one, they say. So
Those
they're not
can't
just...
be cheap.
let me tell you something. Pregnancy tests, even the cheap ones, are not cheap.
Get me a cheap one because it doesn't have to be that accurate.
Well, that's the thing. When you go to get one of those, it's like...
Don't you want one that's accurate?
Well, I think that's how they get you. Because, especially, I guess it depends on if you want to know if...
What would
If your expectation is that you hope that you're pregnant, I think you spend more money than if you're buying a test and you hope that you're not pregnant.
Well, how about this? Couldn't you buy a pregnancy test that gives you the answer you want?
Well, why don't you just write nope on a popsicle stick and have her whiz on that? What are you talking about?
That's what I mean. No chance.
It's not yours.
Yeah, not mine on a popsicle stick.
This popsicle stick has
This
not
popsicle
mine.
stick says not mine on it. Not my kid.
Not mine. That hardly seems scientific.
Hey, well,
this is written on Sharpie.
Well, you could. I don't see
You're
why
damn
you
right,
couldn't.
permanent marker. You're going to whiz on that.
You couldn't. It'd be like a two-headed, or it'd be like a coin with the same thing on the same side. Two-headed coin, or a. It's like, hey, listen. Go ahead and see. I'm pretty confident you're not pregnant.
So, like 7 months later, when she's showing and hasn't had a
I don't know how that's
cycle,
possible.
That stick said it ain't mine. That's all I know.
We're just going to go by that.
Three.
This is a binding pregnancy test.
I ain't gonna sit here and let you tell me that stick lied to us.
You can't tell me you're pregnant.
Hey, Yahoo! Remember Yahoo?
Yes.
It's done.
Oh, it is?
It is officially over. Yeah. Verizon purchased Yahoo, $4.48 billion. The deal was completed yesterday. The CEO of Yahoo, that Marissa Mayer, she exited with a $23 million payout.
Oh, is that all it was?
Plus stock holdings worth $200 million. Yeah, Yahoo is now gone.
That's what it was. Okay, so stock. So she's essentially got $250 million to go away.
Not bad.
And what did she do every day?
Well, she would show up and, change the paradigm.
Tell people to, what to do.
Yeah, she says she was brimming with nostalgia, gratitude, and optimism.
Oh, were you?
2,100 people will now lose their jobs as the Yahoo and AOL brands are combined under a new name.
How many people are losing their jobs?
2,100.
2,100 are losing their job,
Yes.
and she gets $250 million.
Well, yes. Welcome to the United States of America. The new company will be called Oath. That's a dumb name. Oath will now comprise more than...
Don't say that. Someone just probably got $250 million for coming up with it.
Well, if Oath wants to buy us, we're willing to talk. We could be had for much cheaper than $250 million. Oath will comprise more than 50 media and technology brands. HuffPost they'll own, Tumblr,
Tinder,
Grindr, Alibaba, all of it. Oath, the name of this new internet company. Yahoo is gone. That's where my fantasy football is, or in baseball are on the Yahoo. I'm wondering how that's going to go down.
Well, now you're on the oath.
Do I have
You need to take an oath.
well, I don't know. I signed up for
And we're
this.
going to need another drug test.
The Directors Guild of America is not happy. Someone wants to know, is it oaf or oath? The fact that you don't know, that tells you it's a stupid
You know
name.
what? You'll find out soon enough.
Hello,
Won't you?
everyone. Hello, everyone. We're oaf, the internet company. We're a little clumsy. Sony Pictures announcing that they're
We're
going
olive
to
oaf.
they're going to release edited, clean versions of their films, and this has the creative types furious. Sony wants to put together versions of their movies that they edit out the dirty stuff, and
Dirty
then
or violent or
yeah,
whatever.
right, and then you will have the
Reservoir
option.
Dogs is a minute long.
The clean version. Now, the directors are saying, we didn't agree to this. You can't put out our
No, you
movies.
can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm an artist.
Well, you know what, though? Like, you're okay with the movie being edited for television if you're a director, right? So why would you have a problem if all... They're not saying...
No one can do it.
Well, this is where I come in, right? Ghostbusters is a Sony movie. They want to do an edit of Ghostbusters that is a little bit cleaner.
Slime free.
Right. Like, he wants to watch Ghostbusters. There's a scene where a ghost gives Dan Aykroyd a blowjob. Now, I can't...
Oh, it's implied.
Yeah, but I don't want to have that conversation. Not now.
These kids already know so much.
Yeah, well, they're not finding out from Dan Aykroyd and a ghost.
Does
BJ
she never
lady.
says I got slimed, does she? Now, that would have been funny.
Consider yourself single.
I don't remember that, but... He slimed me.
The ghost looks at the camera.
He slimed me. Now, that would have made that movie so much better. It would have taken it from this level all the way up to here. All-time Classic. Zing of the Day
It's
brought
not
to you
bad.
by the
It's not
East Moline
bad.
Coffee Company. Coffee House Eastmo is now the East Moline Coffee Company, where, it was, what was her name?
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver just kind of looks over and goes, he slimed me. And then they just go to another scene.
Just a very meta moment.
Yeah.
Where they look at the camera and acknowledge.
They just break down that wall.
That's not bad.
No, because he does it. He kind of looks at the camera a couple times, doesn't he? Bill Murray.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I think that's right. Yeah?
That's great.
Finally, number 5, a new report says that within a decade, there will no longer be, all across North America, car dealerships. Car dealerships will be gone within the decade.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy? They say that a greater demand for electric cars coupled with increased demand for ride sharing will eventually limit the need for dealerships altogether. They're saying within 10 years, everyone's just going to be riding around together in cars. That's not happening.
I'm not doing that.
Pass.
I'm not doing that.
I'm all about the electric car. I hope my next car is all electric. That would be great.
Yeah.
But this whole idea of getting in cars with strangers,
No, I'm not doing
hard pass on
I got
that.
stuff in my car.
And there's stuff in
I
the
got
car.
stuff in my car.
They say they think in the next 7 years, the radically lower cost of ride sharing and electric vehicles
Well, that's a lot of jobs that are going to get lost.
sure is.
I mean, how many people selling cars do we have in America? Got to be a lot.
They say once the tipping point is once these electric vehicle batteries are able to go,
They
couple
can do it.
hundred miles and and sell for $20,000.
They can do it now.
They say low-end electric vehicles right now are $30,000. Once they get that down to $20,000, automobiles
They can do it
dealerships will be done. Where are you going to go to buy your car, though? They'll just do it all online, probably, huh?
Yeah,
You just pick out your car online and it'll
on
just
the-
show up at your
on
house.
on the Amazon. Which, by the way, if you're going to buy a car on Amazon, make
that
sure
wouldn't be bad.
Make sure you use the link that we have on the Nacho Radio website.
Yeah.
That would really help out.
Chip Diddy says it's already starting here in New York City. I've heard about this Uber Share in Chicago and New York
That's-
City, where it's not like an Uber. Like Uber's like a taxi.
Yeah.
Uber Share is. It's like, all right, hang on, we're on our way to the grocery store. Hang on, I got a ding on my phone. I got to pick up a couple more people.
But big city, that's different.
Yeah. Most of the world doesn't live in a big city, or
Big-
does it?
big-
I don't know.
The big city would be a different animal.
So, like, if I want to go to the store, I'm going to hit my app and then wait for a car full of clowns to come and, like,
And what,
okay,
take my groceries?
each person only pays 60% of the fare.
Wait a minute. What if you got more than... Everyone pays 60%. That's going to add up to more than 100%.
Well, yeah, but it's like a pyramid scheme, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you're only paying 60% of the fare,
But everyone is.
then you can see why
No kidding.
the company's making money, right?
You're right.
But you're only paying 60% of the fare.
But you got to put up with 4
strangers.
other guys.
Chip says every person pays 60% of the fare, so everyone wins unless you're riding with some dirtball. Not only share, but they also do this in yellow cabs as well. The taxi cab driver wins as well. Yeah, because he's making,
Sure.
if he takes 2 fares, he's getting 120%.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But at the same time, no. I will say no to this. Hard pass. But yeah, they say within a decade, car dealerships will be done.
Is that the top 5 things?
Those are your top 5 things.
Which is brought to you by the East Moline Coffee Company. They'll be around. Coffee House. People will still be drinking coffee. Coffee House Eastmo is now the East Moline Coffee Company. Same location, 3537 Archer Drive in East Moline, just north of United Township High School. Same great staff, same great hot and cold drinks and fresh baked treats. Try an all-natural fruit smoothie. You can add protein or try a matcha green tea, served blended hot or over ice. Coffee House Eastmo is now the East Moline Coffee Company. The podcast is originating from the Capriati's Sandwich Shop studio. Extraordinary food for those unwilling to settle. Sandwiches, soups, and salads. Cold and hot subs and cap specials, including the Bobby turkey cranberry sauce, homemade stuffing, and mayo, voted the greatest sandwich in America. All of their sandwiches are fantastic, and get one today, and you can do so and save yourself money by mentioning Nacho Radio and get a medium sub for the price of a small one at Capriati's on 53rd. If you'd like to reach out to us, use the Harrington Pub text line 470-23-NACHO. Harrington's Pub, Cumberland Square Drive in Bettendorf, home of the Quad City's very best Bloody Mary.
If you were a season ticket holder for the Chicago Cubs last year, the Cubs have got an offer for you.
When the hell does the baseball season begin anyway, huh?
When does it end?
This is for season ticket holders only. They clipped, after the Cubs won the World Series,
Oh, I forgot that happened.
they clipped 2016. Well, the way they're playing this year, I could see how you'd forget.
All they have to do is get in the playoffs.
They clipped 2016 ivy leaves from the wall. So these are actual leaves of ivy that were on the wall
that would
the year that
you-
the Cubs won the World
that
Series.
would grow if you were to maybe could you repot them somehow?
No, that's not. It's not. It's a leaf, man. You just can't put a leaf in the ground.
I don't see why not.
I don't think that's how ivy works. The Cubs are offering up leaves of ivy that covered Wrigley Field's outfield last year.
Stuff grows like crazy.
If you're a season ticket holder, the price tag is per leaf.
Yeah,
$200.
seems fair.
$215 actually after shipping. So if you're a season ticket holder and you'd like to spend $215 on a leaf, I'm sure they'll sell out.
I heard the guy that the White Sox. Is this right? The guy that the White Sox drafted in the first round already has back problems.
Burger?
Yeah,
That's
that
news.
they found that he's got back
news,
problems.
That's news to me, but I wouldn't.
I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's what the Bears do.
That's yeah.
That's the Bears thing.
That would be news to me. No, the third baseman.
That's a Bears thing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Although those White Sox might make the playoffs this year, and that would kind of ruin things.
We're the worst team in the American League. They're
Yes,
the worst
but-
record.
Yeah, but only 6 games out?
I'm not playing your game. Bachelor in Paradise was being filmed, and
I don't know what that is.
it's one of these reality shows, and they have canceled the show. In the middle of the season, they've canceled it and sent
Because
everybody
it was
home.
too vile.
Yeah. Basically, what happened...
What was that on?
It's on the ABC television network.
Oh, okay. So it is just on network television.
Yes. And...
There was just too much humping.
Well, yeah, this guy and this girl were in a jacuzzi there in Mexico, and they both got loaded, and she gets naked. She takes her bathing suit off.
Yeah.
And there was hugging and kissing and touching and loving and squeezing
Squeezing,
going on.
sure.
Each other. She seems then to go limp and was sliding under the water. The guy keeps trying to hold her up and finishes what appears to be an episode with her.
Oh, no.
After he finished, lasting only a couple of seconds, he lifted her out of the water, laid her on the cement, and proceeded to have oral on her.
Oh, no. You can't do that.
She appeared to be unconscious, and they're filming all of this.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're all basically a part of this.
Yeah. The guy says, listen, I couldn't have had anything penetrative because I was so loaded. She says she was blackout drunk for the whole thing. So yeah, this is an assault that was filmed for a reality TV show,
Yeah.
and the producers are like, "We're done. We can't have this. This is footage we can't use."
So much for Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise has been canceled. No thanks. Meanwhile,
I wonder who's viewing that ruins. It's like, that was my favorite show.
can't have this.
I can't. That totally screws up my Mondays. That's like them taking. That would be like taking Heart to Heart off the cozy. That's the sort of news that I received.
The guy is in trouble. He was flying to Ibiza from Manchester, England, on a bachelor party weekend. He was caught, filmed having sex on a plane
Looks like it.
with a stranger he met on the plane. He doesn't know that girl. So he's on his way to his bachelor party. His pregnant fiancée.
His bachelor party?
Yes, his bachelor party's in Ibiza. They're flying on their way to go to the bachelor party. He meets this girl on the plane.
Yeah, it looks like
and
he
then
did.
has that episode there on the plane with her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the pregnant fiancé is at home because they're about to get married. And this guy, who is described as
he's
something of a ladies' man,
Apparently.
he was on his way to his bachelor party while his pregnant fiancée waited for him at home. Yeah.
That's the guy?
He's not a great-looking dude.
No, he's not,
He must
but-
have some game because
Clearly has some game.
yeah. This is the thing. I don't know how you think you can get away with something like this.
And there's the guy sitting next to him like, yeah.
Of course they're going to film this. Everyone has TV cameras.
And they're all smiling.
Yeah, they're all getting a kick out of it.
All
Well, then this thing
right,
goes
well,
viral,
whatever.
and it's like, wait a minute.
You guys will think it's funny when we don't have car dealers.
All these phones.
You think that's funny? It won't be so funny when we don't have car dealerships.
Uber, then, is part of this.
Yeah, they're in trouble, too.
They're in a lot of trouble for sexist behavior.
Story is really
Apparently,
climaxed.
it's a culture there at the Uber that is super sexist.
Oh, they're bros.
They were having a meeting at Uber to talk about how they can clean up all the sexism that goes on.
Yeah.
When somebody on the board was cracking sexist jokes. Someone had said there's a lot of data that shows when there's one woman on the board, it's much more likely there will be a second woman on the board. And this board member goes, actually what it shows is it's much more likely to be talking. Oh, women like to gab, don't they?
Get them on board.
Yeah, I'm looking here at all of the different departures that have gone on at Uber on the board for people who, these bros who like to crack sexist jokes. It's not the best. Doesn't seem like the best company in the world to work for, Darren. Especially if you're of the fairer sex. We got a story here that says artificial intelligence can now predict suicide with a pretty decent
I could see
accuracy.
that. I could see that where you just feed in the information of how someone's acting.
Artificial intelligence can predict suicide. It says the accuracy is remarkable. A data scientist down at Vanderbilt University Medical Center has been working on building this artificial intelligence. They say that a patient will give the information, and this machine has an algorithm that can predict the likelihood that a patient will attempt suicide. In trials, they say, the results are between 80 and 90% accurate in predicting whether someone will attempt to take their life in the next 2 years. And if they're going to attempt to do it in the next week, the accuracy jumps up to 92% accuracy.
Here's a little tip.
Yeah.
They all jump.
I'm going to come up there.
I'm gonna come there and dig that eye, dig your eye
Carve your eyeballs out with this thumb. This thumb right here.
They all jump.
Finally, 911 is a joke, Darren. This story comes to us from Waco, Texas, where a woman did not get her chicken McNuggets fast enough and called 911 because that is what the 911 system is there for. Mm-hmm. She called 911 to complain that her nuggets were not delivered in a timely fashion. Again, this audio comes to us from KWTX in Waco.
Buckle up and listen to this story now. A Waco woman was tired of waiting
Why do
on
I
her
need to
chicken
buckle
nuggets
up?
Friday night.
Why do you have to talk to us like we're
Why
idiots?
do I have to buckle up?
All right, you morons, buckle up and listen to this story. What is...
All right, buckle up and listen to this story now.
Although
A
you
Waco
are doing the
woman
news
was
in
tired
Waco.
of waiting on her chicken nuggets.
Can you imagine that assignment? I'm doing the news in Waco? Well, something's on fire again.
I guarantee the local news in Waco, the first 20 minutes is just standoffs that are happening.
Right, exactly.
And I've covered standoffs.
Or something bad happened at Baylor University again.
Oh, boy, that's the truth.
Friday night. It's safe to say she wasn't loving it, so she called 911 for help. It all started when management at the McDonald's called police to report a woman was parked in the drive-thru lane and wasn't going anywhere. While officers...
By the way, that chair squeak, that was the TV news. That wasn't us.
No, that's not us.
Help.
That's
It all started when management at the McDonald's called police to report a woman was parked in the drive-thru lane
Who's leaning
and
back?
wasn't going anywhere.
Somebody
co-host?
Could somebody there at News 10 in Waco, WD-40, this anchorman's chair?
well, the
Well,
answer the answer is no, because anybody who would actually that would be their job is like, You prima donnas in your chairs.
Responding, the woman herself called 911 to complain. She wanted her nuggets for free, but it didn't go her way. Management eventually refunded the woman, and she was sent on her way. She didn't have a very happy meal because she was left with no chicken.
No chicken for anyone?
So this guy
chicken ever?
This guy gets a real kick out of himself. Like he can't make it through the horrible puns that have been written for him. She got a full refund. So how is he saying she didn't get her way?
She got a refund. Do you get to keep the chicken, though? That's not free chicken. If you get a refund but not the chicken, it's not free chicken.
So she called 911 for help. It all started when management at the McDonald's called police to report a woman was parked in the drive-thru lane and
Damn it,
wasn't
Andy,
going
I told you to oil that
Officers
chair.
Responding, the woman herself called 911 to complain. She wanted her nuggets for free, but it didn't go her way. Management eventually refunded the woman, and she was sent on her way. She didn't have a very happy meal because she was left with no chicken.
Okay. By the way, there's a fiery standoff going on down the street. Welcome to Waco. And more people are getting assaulted at Baylor University.
By the way, while I was reading that story, some sort of religious cult has taken up residency underneath the desk here. And they're going to start gassing any moment now. That's going to do it for this installment of Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things.
Which has been brought to you by Uncle Norm's Fireworks, now open.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. Both locations. Now, the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds location is open as well from 11 till 7. And, of course, the location that is just south of Milan on Route 67. Uncle Norm's has expanded their inventory, including quality products from quality distributors, including Black Cat, world-class brand, Showtime, and more. All of Uncle Norm's fireworks are 100% guaranteed. If it fails, they're going to replace it. Nobody else does that. All the other guys are going to pack up and leave after the 4th of July. Uncle Norm's Fireworks is family-owned, and they live locally. And they are here for the long haul. Their Milan store, as a matter of fact, is open year-round. Call 309-787-0100. Both locations are open now. Weekly specials are available on the website. We're going to be there doing a podcast on Saturday. We'll be there at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds location at noon, so join us for that. Why would you go anywhere else? Uncle Norm's has the largest inventory in the area with the best prices and the best product guarantee. We'll see you there at noon on Saturday. The podcast has originated from the Capriati Sandwich Shop studio. Make sure you mention Nacho Radio and get a medium sub for the price of a small one. And thanks for chiming in on the Harrington Pub text line, 470-23-NACHO, Harrington's Pub, Cumberland Square Drive in Bettendorf, and where there's live music on Thursdays. We'll see you on Saturday.
Saturday, noon to 1, we are at Uncle Norm's. And again, there's 2 locations, so we want to make sure everyone goes to the Milan location. That's where we'll be, right?
No, we're at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds location.
Gosh, you'd think, I wish you would have mentioned that. Darren.
I know it.
So we're in Davenport.
We are in Davenport.
Because that's where they're open.
They're open at both places.
Did we move? Were we at any time going to be at Milan? We were going to be at Davenport this entire time.
I tend to think so.
Okay, well, I'm glad.
Yeah, we're going to basically
I'm glad I'm going to the right place.
We're going to spotlight the...
Hey, I need you to give me a ride there. Is that going to be a problem?
No.
All right, I need you to pick me up.
No, that's fine. I was going to ask you if you needed that.
I do.
Yes, we'll make a day of it.
It's going to be great.
So, I'll absolutely pick you up. We're going to be at the Davenport location.
Okay, so everyone, make sure you join us at the Davenport location, not, as Darren has said repeatedly, the Milan location.
I've never said that.
Till we get a chance to do it for you again on Saturday. Hang loose, kooks.
You stay classy, Quad City.
Come on, Quad Cities, representing. This is for the Quad Cities record spot. Davenport, yeah, we keeping it locked. Rock, come on, and it just don't stop. East Moline, yeah, they keeping it hot.